Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Podcast hier bei mir auf dem Kanal. Ihr wisst, ich interessiere mich für Leute, die es geschafft haben, ihr Hobby oder ihre Leidenschaft zum Beruf zu machen. Deswegen begleitet mich auf meiner Reise, wenn ich spannenden Gästen zuhöre. Und heute ist ein ganz besonderer Tag für mich, denn bei mir sitzt der Gründer von Oktagon MMA, Pavol Neruda. Und genau heute, wenn diese Episode rauskommt, vor 2 Jahren, hatten Pavol und ich unser erstes Meeting, mit dem ich zu Octagon reinkam. Deswegen freut es mich ganz besonders, dass er heute hier ist und er sich Zeit nimmt für den Podcast. Welcome, Pavol Neruda. Thanks to have you.
Dankeschön.
Great.
Willkommen allen.
Your German's getting better. It's getting better.
It's not that good, but still I understand a lot.
There's so much going on with Octagon and MMA sports in general in whole Europe and specifically in Germany. So there's a lot of people who are asking me like, who are the people behind Octagon? Who founded this crazy company? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, we're going to start with a little bit of an icebreaker. I prepared 12 questions for you, and you can come up with whatever short answer that comes to your mind at first. You ready?
So, okay, I'm ready.
All right. Let's go for it. What book do you like to recommend?
Diary of the CEO. I just read recently. Very good one.
What is your favorite food?
Pad Thai.
Okay. If you could write something on a huge advertisement banner where hundreds of thousands of people would walk past every day, what message would you write on this advertisement banner?
If you don't have a goal, you're just drifting around.
What do you enjoy to do when you are stressed? Obviously, that happens a lot of times
Yes,
as the CEO of
yes,
Octagon,
yes.
right?
Gym, 100% sure. Workout and golf. And the biggest relax ever, like going on holiday or something, sailing. I love it.
What was your favorite moment in the history of Octagon MMA?
Well, there was many super
Obviously,
favorite,
yes.
but the one that always come to my mind was the fight of the century, Attila Vek versus Carlos Vemola. It was super huge. Like first time we sold out 20,000 arena in Prague, and that was just epic. And now we will have a revenge in football stadium in June, so we'll see.
That's going to be huge. I'm really looking forward to it. What present that you received were you most excited or happy about?
I don't know many. I have no like specific. Hard to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
What skills, in your perspective, is most important for entrepreneurs these days to outperform everybody else?
Hard work, of course, but it's not always true because I would say you should work smart, not hard. But it's also hard work and self-development. You need to work on yourself because when your business is growing, you need to grow with it. So this is super important, I would say. All the thing is just smaller things attached to it. Of course, you need to be honest. That's one of the most important things. Yeah. Honesty, that's the second thing I would say.
Okay. What virtues do you want to pass on to your daughter?
Honesty.
Obviously, yeah.
100% sure. And like following her dreams and like really, like many people don't have a dreams, they don't dream. And it's actually surprised me because I have so many dreams. It's hard sometimes to pick one. I mean, the dreams you really believe you can chase and make them real. So definitely, don't be scared to dream and chase those dreams. And everything is possible, like literally everything. I know it's like classic motivational quote, but this is how I live, like how we move the business, how we're creating Octagon, how the Octagon Germany starts. Like we have just this desire and this dream about to build it up there. And we went with literally just backpacks, if I express it kind of, and went there, you was part of it, you know how we started with the experience and things, but still, we just built it on nothing, on just playing ground. So definitely, chasing dreams and being honest.
All right. Why, this is a question that I got asked recently in a podcast by myself. Why is the octagon in Octagon not an octagon anymore? Like, why isn't the cage with eight angles anymore?
Yeah, because the UFC was trying to sue us with the shape, which we know that they will not win that thing, but because there is many promotions that still use the octagon shape, and the octagon shape was actually in the movie Octagon from late 80s with Chuck Norris. And so they didn't created this fighting environment. So we know we will never lose this kind of thing, but to get rid of these issues, we just made a circle and continue.
Okay, the last two. Which person had the biggest influence on your personality?
My grandpa, Tono.
Okay, that's interesting. We might talk about that later as well. What do you define as art?
Oh, beauty. Beauty. I think I have a very strong sense for beauty. I like beautiful things, beautiful people. I mean, I can tell if some woman is beautiful, even man, if he looks good looking, I have no problem to say that. Beautiful, design, graphics, video, shots on camera. Oh my God, it makes me feel so good. This is art for me. Yeah.
Perfect, okay. So that was an interesting insight into how your mind works and how you view the world. But let's begin at your start. I mean, now you created Oktagon MMA, like this huge fight cosmos, and all the people are so enthusiastic about it. But it seems like it just came out of nowhere. Where did you start? What was your professional background before you entered the fighting business?
I used to be, actually I did, okay, can be longer answer? Sure. Someone said, saying that in your 20s you should try many things, many different kind of jobs, anything you start to be passionate about, like just do it, try it, work here, work there, try this, try that, travel. And in your 30s, like use this experience and knowledge, what you earned in these 10 years, and start to building on your business. And then after 40s, it's supposed to stand on the strong feet, and then you should to take the fruits of it, I would say. It doesn't mean to retire, but I mean maybe be on position when it's not this building pace. And I think I was totally like this. I was doing here, there. I used to be a bouncer. I was studying, of course, the university history. I finished actually, and Archivwesen. I know this word in Germany.
Okay.
And I was a photographer. I was filmmaker. I was stock exchange trader. Like this day,
Crazy.
I
Okay.
did the day trading a lot. It was a great experience. I used to work in the printing company as a project manager. So different kind of things I used to do. And all of this, it gives you, here and there something. I was playing also in theater, as in
Wow.
acts, like
Okay.
the comedy. So that was perfect. I would say I learned what people like and don't like. It gives me a lot knowledge to be able to dramaturgy, to somehow, or I don't know, I think it's from there that I can tell if this part of the video sequence will be interesting or boring for people. And somehow I got this feeling inside. And so all of this was my different fields. And of course, I was working with first generation of MMA fighters in Czechia and Slovakia, especially Slovakia. I built up the first MMA management, like real one. I started negotiating fights. I was co-promoting some events here and there. I was started to film. And how it all starts, I used to be a bouncer. And I work with these people, and I see, oh my God, you do this crazy sport, a whole night together, just sitting, talking, or standing on the gate. And you have a lot of time for discussions. And
Yes, sure.
And I was always curious about people with interesting hobbies or jobs. So I was constantly asking about it, like, how come, this crazy sport you are doing? And they explained me, and they put this passion on me. So I started to totally like it. And I was sad that people around look at the MMA fighters like it's some, violent rowdies or some freaks. They just want to hurt someone and make them bleed, And I saw different thing. I saw the normal, nice person, young guy, like any other, with his dreams and desires, So I want to show what I saw. I want to show it to the people, like the public. So that's why I started to make photos, because I was good at photography at the time. Then I started to videos. I was not good that time that much, but I learned because I started to film short documentaries with them and so on. I was trying to bring them more on light, let's say, to show people, no, don't be scared about this sport. It's great, and they are great, and it's a big potential in it. Of course, I saw UFC growing, so I knew that's the potential. And I had management with fighters. I was only one who was making these documentaries in Slovakia and different, this kind of promotion. I was promoting actually first amateur leagues and all of these things. And I felt like, oh my God, here it's nothing. This sport doesn't exist. Look at the US, how it's big.
Yeah.
What's the potential? And I felt I'm sitting on something. If I, collect these things and put it all together and make, something with it, this could be huge. And I felt like nobody else has this knowledge that I had or capabilities to do it. In way, like these guys, to make it really big. So I created in my head the project for TV stations, because only in TV can be something really popular at that time, especially. So I have this project of TV show, and I filmed 2 demos, which cost me a lot of money at that time, all my money. I film it at night, I edit it, and then go to work, and I print out this from commentators table, I asked my friends, can you be a commentators? And
oh, wow, okay.
It was funny, and I was filming, my friend was driving a car, I was in the trunk and filming out of the window how Robo Pukac is running, and this kind of stuff. And I did the graphics, everything, but you learn everything, Now yes. I'm beneficial because I did all the graphics, I film things, I work with sound and, everything. So I saw it was quite good, people like it on YouTube. And then I can offer this to TV stations, but I want to make it Czechoslovakian thing, because in Czechoslovakia we're very close, we understand each other. And I went to Andre. We didn't know each other much, but I come to him because he was similar in the effort to promote the sport. And like I was trying to show the general public it's normal sport, he was doing the same thing in Czechia. So I felt this is good connection. So I approached him and I said, this is my plan, my vision with the show. Let's do it. And he was like immediately, yes, let's do it together. And it clicked, and we started to work on it. We find the TV deals. It was a very hard part, but we found them. Then some sponsors here and there, and then it all starts.
Crazy, crazy how all these things led up to that huge cosmos that we are enjoying right now nowadays. How did you approach Andre? I mean, he used to be a famous TV presenter.
That time, no.
That time, no?
No,
okay.
No, actually, it was funny. He was in combat sports commentator.
Okay.
He was commentating combat sports since '99, so super experienced. He was hosting as a voice from ring. Or
ring announcer,
yeah, ring announcers, thank you. A long time, best one by far. And so we met each other on the events, or recognized here, there.
Okay.
A little bit, just, passing by most of the time, but so I know about him, and that was the thing. So I really through my friend, we have one common friend, and I asked him if he can give me the number, blah blah. So we met, and it was really one cafe. I remember now. I sent him my idea, and he was basically immediately yes. Wow. So that was really nice, and then how I said, we find the TVs, some sponsors, not all, then it was still a lot of sponsors to find, but
sure.
Let's say put everything together, and then Andre, it was early 2016, And then Andre, and at 1st August we started to film, and it was maybe March, and Andre was like, oh, you know, I got the offer to be host of Survivor.
Okay.
First time.
Wow.
And I was like, oh yeah, amazing, go. Like, I know he'll love these things. So, but it was right before 3 months before the 1st August. So he left.
Well,
I prepared the whole thing, and again, like, you have no employees, so all graphics, you need to talk with directors, TV crews, which you never did before with serious ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, calculating budget, everything, putting all together the story. We were sometimes calling, but he was in Fiji or where, Philippines, totally without signal. So we cannot even talk like once per week. Okay, prepared everything. And still we didn't have that much money. It was TV show, but you see it's a low-cost TV show. So we were like this, and then Andre came, but he came like totally in the flow because he was 3-month host of the big TV show.
Okay.
So we were like this kind of amateur TV show, and he came with his energy, you know, totally on the track. And he was like, wow, wow, wow. When he started to talk, it was suddenly big show, you know, because
Crazy.
he entered it with his energy and his professionalism. So that was the thing. So while I can say I prepared a show, the Andre make it immediately triple bigger just with his energy and how he's to move the story, you know. So that was fun.
Crazy, man. I mean, now I have the impression that obviously you two are the frontmen of the company. How does the division of work function for you guys? I mean, each one of you has his own part. I have the impression that you are sort of the creative mind between all the behind all the video projects. How did you separate the work that is on the table between you two?
I would not say that I am creative one or something. Like, we are both very creative, both very visual. We both like this design, and we have a very similar sense of it, I would say. So we have similar view on how the graphics supposed to look like. Like, sometimes we see things like nobody else. Like, you have in companies many people that are looking or something or creating, and the mistake or something missing, only we see it. Maybe because we have this common vision of the whole thing, and it goes from there, whatever. So, but I find we should supposed to like separate what we are doing, because most of the things are somehow connected between me and Andre.
Yes.
But 100% sure he is matchmaking. My side is expansions, and things in between, which is marketing and videos and projects we are trying to handle together, and with, of course, with our team. So I would say it's divided like this.
Okay, so the devil's in the details. Obviously, you and Andre, you've got a very detailed eye on it. What would you say is the crucial point that Octagon is making different from all the other fight promotions, including the ones that are in Czech Republic and in Slovakia, and also the UFC? I mean, you recently traveled to Vegas, to the Sphere, watched the whole show of Vegas, of UFC in Vegas, and you also said in an Instagram post, like, okay, there's some things that they're absolutely doing right, but still there's a lot of things that Octagon is doing differently. And I think you're pretty proud of it. What separates Octagon from all the other fight promotions?
I think it's, for sure, it's storytelling. It's this, we have no problem to play with it. Like, you know, like how we like. Sometimes. Maybe that's advantage because it's us who own it. So if we decide that tomorrow we'll bring Cage Crocodile with them, it will be there.
I would be excited to see that.
so that this is the things that gives you this freedom to change it. And definitely it's the storytelling that we are doing. And sometimes you can do Project Epsilon, right?
Yes.
Or you can bring some celebrity fight, but not in this stupid way, but in a nice way and motivational way, how we did with Stage to the Cage in UK with the comedian and this famous guy, Jake and Paul. So these things, I think, make it different. Or we do the circus octagon, like we did a few times, with the dressed like people in circus, you know, and there was people hanging from the roof, and that was on the event. And people was like, I remember Brian Lacey, he was saying like, oh my God, when I saw this, immediately felt I must be part of this production. This is like talking to me because it's more normal.
Yeah.
I would say this is the most things that are differentiate us from the rest of the competition, but definitely storytelling and also it's also about motivation. Whatever you do, what is your highest motivation? You are mostly getting this result. So, and our highest motivation is to spread the sport. Like since then, how I told you, I want to people in general public see what I see. And Andre was the same. So we are still on the same way to bring these heroes. We love MMA fighters. In our eyes, that's the biggest heroes and best sportsmen. And we want to spread their fame to others. So when it's in Germany, full venue in Oberhausen, for us it's like, crazy. Oh my God, it's so nice. And you know that this half of the venue, minimum or more than half, 2/3 are totally new fans, first time on this kind of event. And they are happy and they feel good and they will tell their friends it's good, you know. And this is and it's not mine and Andre only. I'm 100% sure everyone in our Octagon team, we have this desire. Like to make people entertain about the sport. That's why I want to bring the story better. That's why I want to make it more nice and show and blah blah. So this is very different because I would say the other companies has desire just let's put these two best, for example, fighters with record 30-0 to 50-0, you know, just to have them two and they don't care about nothing, just let's make these two fights and there's no story around. Or others are motivated by money. For some another, it's a status. So for the lower one, I don't know, you know, this many smaller promotion has some magical sponsor behind and, you know, he just want to have the status, but he don't really know what he wants to get from it. So this is the difference.
How did you create this atmosphere and this environment for not only the fighters, because obviously in Europe, all the fighters want to be in Octagon now, but also for the people who work in Octagon? Everybody seems to be so enthusiastic about joining the company. Everybody's so passionate. I mean, I've got my Octagon tattoo on my tricep here. This is speaking a lot of words. But how did you create this atmosphere for people who are absolutely passionate about it?
I don't know. You tell me how it happened. I don't know. I think it's just going out of us. Like it's like we have common DNA. Like me, Andre, we spread this enthusiasm to other people, and we attract naturally. I would say similar people with a similar vibe and people who somehow even have half of that passion, or they are suitable to get this passion pretty fast. And like, for example, camera guys who are sitting here, like, I think they have a personality that what we are doing, it fits to them. That's why they are with us, they like it. And maybe there was sometimes some camera guy, he don't have it, so he's not anymore here because he's just some other work now. And it's the same like with you. We were filming the first reality show in Germany, Octagon Challenge. And there were so many people on the set. But somehow you stand out from others, if you remember, I remember it very well, where the others, we stopped filming and people went home. Wow, finally.
Yeah.
It's 6:05 in Deutschland. What is das? Kind of.
Feierabend.
Yes. So everyone left home and you was there still and we were stay with us and talking what we can do better, next episode, or how we can handle the beef between these two, right? And constantly creating. So I think we are naturally attracting this kind of people. So at the end, we end up with passionate people.
It is just crazy because everybody who I'm talking to, doesn't matter if it's a fighter or a cameraman, they all say, let's say I was talking to a cameraman recently who was also doing videos for Octagon. He said, like, he's a freelancer, he's working for big companies, creating image videos, but Octagon was like the first thing that really, where the spark was coming over, and he just fell in love with it. And I think what you just said with the vision that is perfectly aligned with the vision of the people that you work with is probably going to be a big part of that success. So you were growing bigger and bigger in Czech Republic and in Slovakia. now also coming to Germany, and all the big stars are under contract there, and the caliber of the stars is getting even bigger and bigger. What I'm curious about is your take on what differentiates the stars from the regular fighters. Like, what does it become to be a star?
You need to be showman as well. It's important this as well.
Yeah.
Because you need to be a great fighter, that's kind of obvious. But if you're just a very good fighter, it's not enough. Like, you will never become, or that's super unique to become a huge star. You need to be also showman. You need to know how to sell yourself. Then it's like you have these two important things. That's that X factor actually that you need to have. And it's those few, like Conor McGregor, Lozen Keita has it, Carlos Vemola, Christian Ekerlin.
Yes, absolutely.
Attila Veg or Christian Jungwirth, 100% sure. Because he has this personality. He is not trash talker, but he's not afraid to talk to people. Yeah. He's not afraid to show his emotions. We saw him cry when he was talking his deep story, and it was not fake. He's just open. He's who he is, but he's not afraid to show it, because most of the time, if some guys are stepping back, it's because they are shy to show, you know, who you really think.
To be vulnerable, yes.
So these two factors, that makes you a superstar. And interesting how John Kavanagh described it when we were talking about this topic with him. And he said, like, yeah, I'm always saying to my guys, like, if you don't want to do the show, just stay in, and you want to just do the sport, stay in amateur league.
Okay.
There you can stay, you can do your sport forever, like crazy. You can fight more often and stay there. It's fine. It's nothing bad about it. But if you want to go to the big game and be a popular fighter and you want to make big money, and then you need to present yourself. Then you need to show off.
Okay, so that X factor and that behavior as a showman, as well as you put it, is going to be a big factor. What else? Or what other kind of advice do you have for young and up-and-coming fighters who are the new generation coming up right now, and they want to have a big and bright career in the sport, a part of the factor that we just talked about? Like, what are the decisions that are important for them to make, in your opinion?
I have to say, it's super hard to be successful in this sport. I would say more, I know every sport is hard, I don't want to say that, but here the competition is so high. So many fighters are trying to be the best, but only just really few can make it to make money, you know, to be popular, to make it to the big promotion. So it's hard, and definitely you need to just put all effort in it, work with your mind, because this is what most of them are just underestimating.
Okay.
Find your mental coach since you have a first fight, even in amateur league. You need to know how to work with this. Find a proper team, go for camps. It can be Thailand, I recommend, because it's cheap. It's affordable almost for everyone.
Yeah.
That you just pay tickets and then you are for very, very cheap. And you can train with the best in the world. So go on fight camp, work with your head, and work hard. and work with the social media. Also try to, it's just about the following proper profiles, actually, for example, on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can just follow some profiles who is teaching you how to be better on social media, what algorithms likes and don't likes. While we are resting between trainings, you can do this and be able to present yourself and give something to people. I think some value, or or inspire others. That's the way how, you will give them reason to watch, follow you and your journey.
Yeah,
I would say this is like the most important things, which can get you one day maybe to some big promotion, and you can be a big star and make money. But fuck, this sport is so hard. I mean, I think it's also part of what we were talking about before, like why people love it and passion and blah, blah, because the sport is so interesting. Yeah. This is definitely one of the best sports, if not the best, in the world to watch because of all what it contains, and it's sport, it's a high-level athleticism, but also this fact that you fight someone physically. It's like running the 100 meters and then someone will smash you at the end.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, or during your run. It's, maybe it was a stupid example, but what I want to say, like, it's, yeah, kind of, because you just, when you do some sport, it's, at the end, it's only just you and your skills. But here you go to this physical interaction with another athlete, and that's something would raise your heart rate.
Yeah,
right?
dramatically.
Because we have it inside, is this
fight or flight system.
Yes, this Asian, not Asian, but prehistoric brain, let's say.
Yeah.
We have it inside, men, women, everyone. Once someone is going to hit you, that's a totally different game suddenly, everything. Yeah. So interesting, this sport, I would say. So yeah, only the best can take the fruit.
Okay, so that's some serious advice from the Oktagon MMA founder. And obviously you talked about give people a reason to watch you. That's also what you are looking for, not only in the fighters, but also in the company. More and more people are now getting into it. It seems like the company and the sport is growing. I suppose that there are many dreams for you as a CEO were coming true. But you said earlier in the icebreaker, like, you should have big dreams, and you obviously have many. Probably you want to give us an insight into what other kind of dreams do you have? Like, what are you thinking about at 11 in the night and thinking like, this is what I still want to do in my life? What kind of dreams do you still have?
Move Octagon higher. Yeah, it's like that. I'm thinking about it all the time. Okay, I have some other dreams a little bit. I have some other businesses, smaller ones. Which I have no time to take care much, so I have people for it. And
what other kind of businesses do you run?
I have barbershop with Andre.
Okay.
And I have some small business with the old-timer cars, and I have the podcaster studio for rent, but it's a very good one. Definitely best in Slovakia, and now we are growing like crazy, scaling the business. But most of my thoughts are around the Octagon, and if I'm sometimes dreaming, I don't know, just to make it big. I'm always thinking how to make it bigger, how to get into the hearts of people in UK, in Germany. What could be the next step after, I don't know, 1 or 2 years. And then you have on table some opportunities that you are working on. Like right now, for example, you are touching the stars, but literally stars. And you just really think about how to make it real, because how we are growing and expanding to Germany, it's a massive thing. Then the UK, we are really becoming global and world noticed. And you can play with this card. We are the biggest promotion in Europe. And we have the Zone, we have Channel 4, we have Build. Once you can play this card on a really big meetings, like the people from different areas, I would say the top level people in some industry or sport, and you have this card, they want to listen. And it was not like that before. So now you can go a meeting with whoever, I don't know, name it, the really owner with Netflix, I would say, like, I'm using this example, I'm not talking with owner with Netflix, but I can talk with him just now like the partner, you know. Before it was like, oh, we are these small promotions from Czechia, Slovakia, right? You know, Now you feel like, okay, like we are here, we have the serious business. And for example, with him, I know exactly what I would tell him, like, guys, come on, Apple is buying football, other platforms as well are buying sport. What's wrong with you? You just bought some wrestling. Come on, like you need serious sport, which people likes, and here we are, right? So, for example, and you can speak to him just directly, and there's nobody bigger than him, right? In this industry, for example, and I had some discussions of this level, and you can create great things. So we are constantly thinking about it. Oh my God, I hope I can deliver this to Octagon and put these dots together and bring it here on table and make fans crazy. So this is what I'm thinking about. That's my dreams, and I'm doing everything to make it happen.
Before we continue talking about the dreams and the projects for the future, I'd like to get back to another question from the icebreaker in the beginning, because you said the person that influenced your life and your personality the most was your grandpa. In which way did that happen?
He was, I don't know, he was just big personality. So like he loved life, and every time when he entered the room was immediately full of him, you know, even if there was 20 people before. But yeah, he was just big personality. But he invests time to, I don't know, he liked other people, he loved other people as well. Like everyone likes him. He used to be actually a boxer during the Second World War. And
during the World War, he was a boxer.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, actually, it was a big inspiration for me. I remember I was a small kid and I was like, oh, he was a boxer. I was never scared when I slept, you know, in their apartment. Even he was like 60, you know, I was like, oh, he was a boxer. I'm safe.
Cool, man.
40 years back, right? But he was this big personality, and he taught me so many things. Of course, my father, mom, and they gave me a lot. But certain things, he taught me a lot about the history. Every time we talk, it was some meaningful session, let's say, or talk. Like, okay, let's talk about the history of Greeks and Slovakia, Germany, whatever. About the geography. I teach you these Latin numbers, for example. I remember.
Yes, okay.
You know what I mean? He taught me, I don't know, units or whatever. So many things. Every time we sit, it was about this. And somehow I inherited this. I don't like to talk what's new in some TV show or, you know, some stupid, shallow talks. I love to.
You don't want to be on the surface. You want to make a deep dive every time.
I want to just talk about interesting stuff and something what is like gives you something. You will learn something new. So yeah, I think he was the biggest. And then of course many other people inspired me. My aunt that I used to work for her, she was a big boss. She made her own company.
Oh, wow.
Quite big one, printing company that I used to work.
Okay.
And she was not a good entrepreneur. She just need to learn everything through blood and sweat. And I was working there once. The company was already big, but I know her story. It's super inspirational, and how he handled the employees, how she was hiring new people, making the interviews, and all this stuff. I'm doing it the same way. I realized now, because she was so beautiful example how to run the company. And many times, actually, also Andrzej is for me big inspiration. He's a super smart guy. Yeah. I love to work with smart people, and he's definitely one of the smartest. And I learn a lot from him as well.
It's interesting that you say that, because for me, like my idol that I would have was also my grandpa. He died 10 years ago, and looking back, it's like I would kill people to just spend 1 hour with him again, to just be able to do that again, because he had that wisdom that all people have who grew up in that time. Was super interesting. So yeah, that is he has also been quite an inspiration for me. Now, as the last part, I would like to talk to you about the visions that you have for Octagon. Like, what do you expect, and what can also the German fans expect from Octagon MMA in the near future? What are you coming up with?
The biggest things in the history of Octagon. We are planning for German market.
This sounds epic.
And Deutsche fans. How do you say fans?
Yeah, you say fans. It's
fans, yeah. And that's definitely the biggest thing we ever did. I cannot reveal now, but we have a super big plan, which already we are working on it. It's already happening, I would say, and we will announce it pretty soon. And definitely for German market, it's one of our most important markets. Fans are amazing in Germany. I like how they are passionate about the sport, but same way how they are like giving love to fighters. I'm surprised how they understand the sport. You see that where they are on the ground, the beginners, I mean the fans who are new, they don't know what's going on much, but sometimes they just do the small change, but it's an advantage for one of them.
Yeah.
Normally people don't recognize this, but you need to know what is it, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And half guard, full guard, you know, these things. And people react on venue, like, oh, you know, like you see they are happy for it, that their hero is doing well, and they can recognize it, because normally the new fans cannot. So I like that they like the sport, they understand the sport, and they are giving a big love to their fans. Stuttgart for Christian Jungwirth, right? The massive, I cannot wait what will happen when he will be entering the cage.
Jesus Christ, that's going to be epic.
I think
that's going to be epic.
Pukac, he's a super nice guy, but he has no clue what is waiting on him when he will make the steps. I think 15,000 people will like booing him, and I think it will be pure hell for Pukac, so it's going to be fun.
Okay, so we are really looking forward to the next show in Stuttgart, and obviously we're curious about what's coming next. You pointed out there are some really, really big things coming out. So that's a good opportunity for you guys to follow Octagon founder Pavol Neruda also on Instagram, and obviously to check out the Octagon YouTube channels. Then you're always going to be up to date. And I'm really grateful that you made time today for this interview. Today we're having Octagon 54 in Ostrava. Your timetable is fully packed, but I'm really grateful that you made the time to talk to me, and also to tell the story how Octagon grew so fast, and what it means to you to enter the German market. Thank you so much, and look forward to see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you.